Talk to people who saw the film, and they say, I'm just amazed that when those people had talked to their families about what they wanted, their lives were better and their deaths were better. And I think the film is working that way. I'm hoping a lot of people get to see it.
Can you talk about the premiere last week? I think you had two, one on Thursday, one on Saturday.
We did. We had our first premiere at the Frye Museum in Seattle. It was a beautiful place for the premiere, and it was a sold out crowd. So we had to schedule a second premiere. We had a panel. There's the panel at the first premiere. We had a woman who's in the film who talked about her husband's death when he had Alzheimer's. Before he progressed to the later stages, he ended his life by stopping eating and drinking. And she talks about what a beautiful process that was for them, and her love for him and how she was able to go through that. And next to her, and I talked about the people in the film and told what had happened to them since the film was made. And then Dr. Hope Wetchkin talked about palliative care and hospice. And then we took questions from the audience. And we had some really good questions that showed that people were taking in the message of the film. This is a picture. We were happy that our composer was there. We haven't talked about the beautiful music in the film. That's Catherine Graylish from California, who was our composer and who composed the music while both of her parents were going through serious illness in Australia. And she was there with them, but we had a deadline and she met it, and she came from California for the premiere. And she and Kathy are enjoying themselves at the premiere. They loved the premiere. And then we had a second premiere at the Northwest Film Forum, which was wonderful also. And yeah.
Can you talk about this picture?
This picture is Phyllis Schachter, whose husband ended his life using voluntary stopping eating and drinking, with Jennifer, our director of photography, at the premiere. Yeah. And that's the director of the Frye Museum, who gave us a good introduction and welcomed us to their facility. And this is Pat Benson, who's one of the people in the film who's lived with a serious life-threatening illness for 11 years. And in the film, she talks about how hard it was for her to do her planning, how she put it off, and how much better she felt when she finally had done it, and how she lives victoriously. And she introduced us also to her father, who had a good death, and she tells about him, and we see pictures of him in the film. Yeah. She's been my friend for 11 years. The audiences really want to hear what happened to the people in the film. So in the film, we have a wonderful man who had a devastating disease, multiple systems atrophy, which takes away your muscles really rapidly. And he, in the film, is trying to decide whether to use the new law, the Death with Dignity law. And so after the film, we do tell people that when he lost the use of all the muscles in the lower part of his body, and when he knew he was going to lose his voice and end up going to a nursing home, he decided to use the law and took the medication at home with a Compassionate Choices volunteer beside him and his family around him, and died a peaceful death at home rather than in a nursing home.
Can you talk